Hello, my name is Adam Worley, and I chose to do this project on Ralph Waldo Emerson's work, Self-Reliance. Before I read, I think that it's worth addressing that I think a lot of people, when they hear about Emerson's work, and even Thoreau's work, they kind of assume that they encouraged individuals to isolate themselves from society and kind of block off the advice from others. I don't necessarily think this is true. I think what they wanted their readers to get from their work was just that they should really value their identity and they should cherish their inner beliefs and opinions and just be a little more resistant to society's expectations of them and also from cultural expectations. So with that being said, there was one paragraph in Self-Reliance that really stuck out to me and kind of applied to my own life. So I'll go ahead and read that. And Emerson says, "What I must do is all that concerns me, not what the people think. This rule, equally arduous in actual and in intellectual life, may serve for the whole distinction between greatness and meanness. It is the harder because you will always find those who think they know what is your duty better than you know it. It is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after our own. But the great man is he who in the midst of the crowd keeps with perfect sweetness the independence of solitude." Now I really like the last part of that paragraph, and I think that that kind of summarizes the main idea of what Emerson was trying to say here, is that we don't need to isolate ourselves completely, or we shouldn't necessarily chase after what society expects of us, but we should hold true to what we know to be the truth for ourselves. And this was relevant in my life after I graduated high school and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do yet. I didn't want to go into college right off the bat, so I decided that I wanted to join the military. And I told my family this, and I told my friends this, and like anybody else would, they were kind of resistant to it, and I don't blame them. But specifically my mom and my pap, they were really against the idea, and this made it difficult because I really cherished my grandfather's advice and his opinion, and they were just very resistant to it. And maybe in a way, my family and my friends did think that they knew what was best for me. It's hard to say. And I don't blame them. I probably would have done the same thing, if my cousin told me or something like that. But anyways, had I listened to them and I went against what my gut was telling me, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. I'm happy with everything, and I'm going to school on behalf of the Army through the GI Bill. And I read that paragraph by Emerson, and that was the first thing that popped into my head. And kind of unknowingly, I did what Emerson is advocating here, and by doing so, I finished with my term in the Army, and I felt a huge sense of accomplishment and a sense of pride, and I got a lot out of it, especially being as young as I was. So I think it really put me in a good position, and just set me up for life, and and everything like that. So I guess just in summary, what Emerson is trying to say through his work, a lot of us could really consider, and I think that we should reflect upon what he's saying here. And it doesn't have to be everything, but we should try to take what he's saying and apply some of those things into areas of our own lives.